Hey ladies, today I'm going to be doing a full face highlight and contour, and I'm going to be stepping you through the basics. Here I have my triple layer compact with all of my face colors in it, and I'm starting out with my main highlight, which is Mango. This is the one that's closest to my skin tone, and I'm using the blend brush to blend that cream into my skin. I'm going all over my face, around my eyes, and my forehead, my cheeks, everywhere, just to kind of even out my skin tone. It really does a great job with removing that discoloration that I have. I have a lot of blues and purples under my eyes and around my nose and my mouth. So now I'm going to go in with my second color, which is the contour. And here I'm using indigo. Contours are a little intimidating because they're a darker shade. And when I first started out, I thought there's no way I'm going to be putting this dark color on my face. But in actuality, the contour really does help you highlight the beautiful features of your face, and it diminishes the ones that you're not so happy with. And I'm using the detail brush, and this brush is really great for getting a good contour application. I'm putting it under my cheekbones and under my jaw to kind of chisel out that jaw, and then I placed a little bit on my forehead to kind of diminish my forehead. I have a pretty large forehead, so I'm using that contour to kind of diminish that a little bit. Now I'm putting contour on the sides of my nose to kind of give a little nose definition here. And my next step is my brightening highlight. This is kind of like your concealer in traditional foundation. And I'm using that blend brush again, and I'm just putting that concealer ever so lightly in the corners, the inner corners of my eye, and then the outer corners. I'm putting a little bit under my nose and then on my chin, and I'm flipping that brush around and I'm just blending that out. You don't want to use a lot of product around your eyes because if you have fine lines and wrinkles, you don't want to emphasize that. So I'm using as little product as possible. I'm taking some of that brightening highlight and I'm putting it right down the center of my nose. And I'm taking my perfector sponge. This is by Seint, and it's damp. I put it under the water and wrung it out pretty good. And I'm just kind of blending the cream around my eyes and then blending out that nose contour. Next, I'm going in with my lip and cheek, and this is called Frenchie, and I'm using that blend brush again. And I'm putting that right above the contour, blending it up. And it really gives a pretty flush to the cheeks. It's not too overpowering. I just love Frenchie. It's a really beautiful color. Next, I'm going to go in with my setting spray, and this is by Seint as well, and I'm putting that on my perfector sponge, and I'm just kind of dabbing a little bit under my eyes to prevent any creasing that I get under my eyes where my fine lines are. And next I'm going to go in with my setting powder, and this is by Laura Mercier. It's a really finely milled, loose setting powder. It doesn't have any color in it. It's translucent. So I'm just kind of going over my eyes again with that setting powder around my nose and my chin, just to make sure that that makeup stays in place. And next I'm going to go in with my line brush, and this is a great brush to do your eyebrows with. To fill in my brows, I use a contour, also by Seint, and it's called Shadow, and it's a perfect medium brown color, and it just really gives nice definition to the brows. Seint also has a couple of eyeshadows that you can use that are really nice to fill in the brows as well. But I really like using this contour. And having a nicely defined brow really makes a huge difference, as you can see here. Next, I'm going in, I'm going to do an eyeshadow look. I'm using my creamy vanilla shade that I use all the time when I do eyeshadow looks. It's called Cupcake. I kind of go over the lid with that first. And then I'm going to go in with the next shade, which is called Leo. And it's a really pretty tangerine color. And it really is nice to emphasize the creases in your eye. And I'm using the eyeshadow brush, which is also by Seint. And it's great. All of the brushes are double-ended, so this brush is really amazing at applying eyeshadows. It has a fluffy side for blending, and then a more pointy side for more precise detail work. Now I'm going to go into my next color, which is called Crush, and I'm just putting that on my eyelid, just to kind of give a little pop to my eyelid. Since I have hooded eyes, I like to emphasize my lids a little bit. And next I'm going to go on with my last color, which is called Cocoa, and this is a deeper brown, and I just pop that in the outer corners of each eye, and it just gives a little more definition to the outer portions of my eye. Kind of like how we highlight and contour our face, we do the same with our eyeshadows, and it really makes our eyes pop. Just a really pretty combination. And then I'm going to drag a little bit of that underneath of my eye, because I don't wear eyeliner, so the colors that I put on the top, I typically drag down to the bottom to create a more cohesive eye look. I'm just doing a little bit more blending here. And finally I'm going to go in, well, this is the Crush again. I'm putting that a little bit more on the inner corner. That's the same color I put on my eyelid. You can see how nicely these colors blend together. Now the final step is Sabrina. I'm popping a little bit of that under my brow bone just to kind of emphasize the brows and to kind of lift the eye a little bit. And then I'm popping a little bit of that in the inner corners just to kind of give more of a wide open look to my eyes. It really helps brighten that eye area. Blending a little bit more. Next I'm going to go with some mascara. Got that on. Really completes the eye look. Now I'm going to go in with a touch of Bella Bronzer. And Bella Bronzer is the best. I think it's like one of my favorite products by Seint. It just gives the face a nice warm glow. It's not orangey or yellow. It's really beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with my blend brush again, and this is the powder illuminator called Georgia. And I just pop that right on my very high points of my cheekbones and down the center of my nose, and it really gives a nice glow to your face, as you can see here. So next I'm going to go in again with my contour. This is the same contour that I used under my cheekbones and on my forehead, and I'm just kind of doing a little lining around my lips just to kind of give a little fuller appearance of my lips. And now I'm going to go in with this really pretty lip and cheek color called Cindy. It's the perfect shade of pink. I really love it because it's not too overpowering. It looks very natural on the lips. And I'm going to take my lip liner. This is by Maybelline. It's called Color Sensational in the color Rich Wine. I'm just kind of further defining my lips a little bit more here. It really gives a nice definition to the lips, I think, when you have a lip liner. Kind of blending that a little bit. Okay, that is the finished look. If you guys have any questions or need any help with your colors, please message me. I'm always here to help you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.